What if I told you that the biggest obstacle between you and wealth isn't lack of opportunity, intelligence, or even luck? According to Napoleon Hill, the man who spent 2 decades studying America's most successful individuals, there's an invisible enemy quietly sabotaging your financial life. And chances are, it's sitting inside your mind right now. Back in 1937, Hill identified 6 basic fears that destroy human potential, but one of them he considered especially deadly to wealth creation: the fear of poverty, or in modern terms, the fear of losing money. Today, we're diving deep into Hill's teachings to expose how this silent wealth killer operates, and more importantly, how you can defeat it. Napoleon Hill didn't theorize this fear in a vacuum. He observed it firsthand while interviewing more than 500 wealthy Americans: Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Andrew Carnegie, just to name a few. And here's what he discovered. The fear of poverty isn't simply fear of being broke. It's a psychological lock that manifests in 6 destructive symptoms. First, indifference. You stop trying. That business idea? Too risky. That investment? Too dangerous. Hill called this creative paralysis. Second, indecision. You hesitate. Every career move feels like a potential disaster. Third, doubt. You second guess your own intuition. Should I spend on that training? Should I start that side hustle? What if I'm wrong? Fourth, worry. Your mind becomes a full-time doomsday machine. Fifth, overcaution. You become so afraid to lose that you never allow yourself to win, parking everything in a savings account, losing ground to inflation. And sixth, procrastination. Tomorrow becomes the default plan for every financial action. Sound uncomfortably familiar? Now you may be thinking, but isn't being cautious smart? Hill wasn't against caution, he was against fear-based paralysis. Take a recent example. In 2010, still shaken from the Great Recession, millions of Americans were terrified of the stock market. The S&P 500 sat around 1,100 points. Fear kept people on the sidelines. Today, it's over 5,900, a gain of more than 436%. Those controlled by fear didn't just miss an opportunity, they missed an entire decade of wealth. But Hill found something even worse. This fear doesn't just destroy investments, it infects your entire relationship with money. You stay in a dead-end job because it feels secure. You avoid negotiating your salary. You postpone starting a business because losing your savings sounds terrifying. You avoid investing in yourself because it's expensive. And then, year after year, you watch others pass you by. Not because they were smarter or luckier, but because they learned to beat the fear that still controls you. Hill identified something profound. Most Americans who fear losing money have never truly experienced poverty. So where does the fear come from? First, inherited programming. If you grew up hearing, "We can't afford that," money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. You inherited poverty consciousness. Second, the educational system. Hill argued, controversially, in 1937 and still today, that traditional education trains you to become an employee, not a wealth creator. Security over opportunity. Third, social conditioning. American culture glorifies wealth publicly, but shames people who openly pursue it. Entrepreneurship is celebrated, yet called risky and unstable. And fourth, the media. Every downturn is a crash, every correction is a disaster, and every shift is a crisis. Fear sells, and your fear keeps you compliant. Most of your money fears aren't even yours. They're inherited, absorbed, reinforced, and they keep you financially timid. Hill didn't just diagnose the problem, he gave us the cure. Here's his battle plan for destroying the fear of poverty. Strategy number 1, face the fear through action. The starting point of all achievement is desire, but desire without action is fantasy. If you fear investing, start with $50 in an index fund. Fear starting a business? Launch a weekend side hustle. Action weakens fear. Avoidance strengthens it. Strategy. Number 2, Reprogram your mind. Autosuggestion. Your subconscious believes whatever you repeat. Stop saying, I can't afford it. Start asking, how can I afford it? Daily affirmation. I am not controlled by the fear of poverty. I recognize opportunity and act decisively. Strategy number 3. Study success, not failure. Hill studied millionaires, not people who stayed broke. Your environment defines your expectations. Follow successful investors, entrepreneurs, thinkers. Place yourself in rooms where wealth is normal. Strategy number 4. Distinguish real risk from imagined risk. The safe job can disappear overnight. The stable company can go bankrupt. Inflation is guaranteed. Opportunity is not. The biggest risk is refusing calculated risks. Strategy number 5. Build your financial education. Fear thrives on ignorance. Learn how compound interest works, Buffett's principles, how markets behave, how businesses grow. Take a course, read a book, join a mastermind. Knowledge turns fear into strategy. Napoleon Hill said, "Poverty needs no plan. It is bold and ruthless. Riches are shy and timid and must be attracted." The fear of losing money is that bold, ruthless poverty mindset. It appears automatically. It whispers in your ear every time opportunity knocks. Wealth, on the other hand, demands courage. So here's your assignment. This week, take one action you've been avoiding because of money fear. Open that investment account. Negotiate that salary. Enroll in that course. Launch that website. Start the side business. Not someday. Not when you feel ready. This week. Because the greatest risk isn't losing money. It's reaching the end of your life and realizing fear stole your potential. Your move. If this video opened your eyes to how fear has been influencing your financial decisions, like and subscribe for more wealth mindset content based on timeless principles. And comment below, what money fear are you ready to face this week? Remember, your enemy isn't poverty, it's the fear of poverty. And now you know how to beat it.